Hello, Steel City Surge fans. Kippy here, coach of the Steel City Surge, back for week 4, I should say, of Orange Islands in the PDL Season 4. We are coming off of a very, very close and heartbreaking loss to King and his Entei Empire. Very, very close battle from last week in week 3. Go ahead and check out that battle as well as King's channel in the description. Very, very great battle across the board. Going into week 4 here, we are taking on Incog and Backs to the Future. This is a very hyper-offensive team. He has Darkrai, Terra Espathra with Psychic, Electric, and Fighting as the Terra types, Urshifu-Rapid Strike, Gliscor, Azumarill, Fortress, Pecharunt, Electros, and Morgrem. This is a very hyper-offensive team with some very defensive, bulky pivot mons. Across the board, this is just a very scary team to try to prep for. And this week was not exactly the best week of prep for me. So I kind of threw something together that I think and hope should work. Going into the team builder, we are bringing Annihilape once again, our dead boy. We're bringing Terra Fairy. We have Chestoberry with Defiant, Rest, Bulk Up, Drain Punch, and Rage Fist. So we are very specially defensive with a lot of HP investment. The idea is we get a Terra Fairy off at some point and just start bulking up. Potentially Rest if we need to really regain some HP. Ideally, we do this once like Urshifu takes a lot of damage, and we can easily knock it out with a Drain Punch. Obviously, with its Surging Strikes, it's going to do a decent amount of damage. If it does have Poison Jab, which it might, it's going to do a little bit to us. But I didn't really see any reason to run anything other than Defiant this week. Vital Spirit might have been a nice option for Darkrai in case it runs Hypnosis, but I doubt Hypnosis is going to show up this week. Going into our next one, we are bringing Greninja. We are bringing a Choice Scarf Protean Greninja, our ninja boy, with U-Turn, Dark Pulse, Grass Knot, and Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump is there for stab, same with Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse is also really good for Pecharunt specifically. And the majority of his team is very physically defensive, not so much specially defensive, so there could be some Assault Vests in there, but this is meant to put a large chunk into my opponent's team. Grass Knot is there for mainly Urshifu. It can be there for Azumarill as well as a nice way to try to chip it down a little bit, but Hydro Pump is there for main stab. It doesn't have a lot of great water switch-ins. The water switch-ins are essentially Azumarill and Urshifu, and if we can predict that, we can go for a Grass Knot pretty easily. So yeah, this is the main one of our main special breakers for this week. Potential cleaner if we can get it set up. We do have a Scarf, so we can outspeed Espathra at +1, so that is the main goal with that. Next up, we have our Iron Boy. This is a specially defensive Scizor. Especially defensive because we want to be able to pick a hit or two from Darkrai, get a Swords Dance, and Bullet Punch off. Maybe a U-Turn, maybe a knockoff. We are running Technician again. We are running Swords Dance, like I said, just to get some extra damage off on things. U-Turn for Pivot, Knockoff for Disruption, and then just Bullet Punch for our main stab. It's going to be very good for Azumarill. It can also be very good for chipping down Darkrai, Espathra, and even picking stuff off towards the end of battles, especially if we get a Swords Dance off. So that's the main idea with Scizor this week. Next up is Primarina. We are running in physically like a very just overall bulky Primarina. We are running Assault Vest, but we're running it more physically defensive. We are running Torrent this week as opposed to Liquid Voice. We don't want Psychic Noise to change to a Water type move. And I feel like if we get down pretty low, Hydro Pump is just going to hit so freaking hard. So that is the main idea with that. We are running Psychic Noise just to be able to hit the Pecharunt if it wants to switch in. Same with the Urshifu. We also have Draining Kiss specifically for the Urshifu. We can live at least one, maybe two Poison Jabs, depending if it is Choice Band or not. Draining Kiss will heal us at least half HP, I want to say, roughly around half HP, depending on investment and stuff. And then Flip Turn is there for pivoting purposes. Like I said, mainly a physically defensive with an Assault Vest, just so we can tank as many hits as we possibly can, and try to deal out as much damage as possible with this thing. Next up, we are bringing Spooter Boy, Ariados. We're running a Focus Sash on it this week in its debut. It's mainly going to be our lead pretty much for everything. We are going to get off a Sticky Web and hopefully a Shadow Sneak depending on what the opponent's lead is and what ends up being brought and stuff. We are running Knockoff for potential disruption. And if we do see a Azumarill in there, we do have Poison Jab specifically for it because we do outspeed a bulky Azumarill by 1. So, like, no investment in Azumarill is going to get outsped by Ariados, so maybe we can get a little pick off or some damage off if it wants to go for Belly Drum or something. So, that's the main idea with Spooter. And we do have enough defense investment, too. We are an Impish Nature, just so that we can live a Choice Band, Adamant, Max Attack, Urshifu, Surging Strikes. It's a 12% chance to Oko with Surging Strikes with this set. And we are running a Focus Sash, so we can try to guarantee get webs off on the first turn. But this is also nice in case that Urshifu does happen to be the lead, so that way we can definitely live the multi-hit attack. And then lastly, we have our good boy, Avalugg is coming this week. We are running heavy-duty boots like normal, but we are not bringing Rapid Spin. We are bringing no hazard removal because, I don't think Toxic Spikes are going to get brought by Pecharunt. I also don't know if Gliscor comes as like a defensive hazard setting set, and we kind of sit on it a little bit pretty nicely. Recover, Ice Spinner, Earthquake, and Body Press. And I don't think more Fortress is going to show up either. He could potentially bring some hazard setting, but I think we're going to get enough pressure off early that we can avoid that as much as possible. So I'm not too worried about it. We do have Sturdy too, so Heavy Duty Boots and Sturdy go together very, very well. And that is our good boy. So that is going to be the team for this week one matchup. I'm very much looking forward to this battle with Incog and Backs to the Future. It's going to be a very fun one. Like I said, if I could have prepped a little bit more, if I had a couple more days or a little bit more time to prep for this battle, I definitely would have taken it, but unfortunately it just didn't work out this week. So this is the best I came up with. Hopefully it is a very, very good battle for us. Hopefully we can snag another win in the W column and extend our lead in the top half of the standings. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. We're going to get ready for the battle here. And yeah, thanks for watching the Team Builder. I'll see you in a bit. Hello, Steel City Surge fans. Skippy here, coach of the Steel City Surge, back for week 4 of PDL Orange Islands. We are taking on Incog and Backs to the Future this week. And a good portion of the team I was expecting. No Fortress is really good for me. I can get my webs up right away and not be worried. Do see Electros on the other side of the field, so that's a little worrying. But we're going to rock with the team as is. Best of luck to Incog this week. This is going to be a very interesting matchup. I'm expecting Espathra to be like Terra Electric or something like that. But let's see what ends up happening here. We are going to be leading Ariados and getting webs up. No Fortress means that he's not going to be able to get rid of these webs once we get them up, which is going to be insanely good for me. Because that slows him down across the board. And I didn't think Fortress would show up either. He could run boots on a couple of things, but I doubt it. I kind of doubt he runs boots on a couple of things. The Urshifu lead does make sense. Can this work out for us? So we are going to go right for Sticky Web. We do see Urshifu lead. SD, that's perfectly fine. Well. +2, if it's Adamant, Surging Strikes can KO us from here. But I don't know, it might be Jolly. If he's Jolly, Surging Strikes could KO us still anyway. You know what, we got up our webs. I'm gonna Poison Jab. Let's go for Surging Strikes. That is going to 3-hit KO us. That means he's Adamant. That does mean he is Adamant Urshifu. So I'm going to go in with Greninja here. We can pretty much just like Grass Knot. This Swords Dance. Surging Strikes. I don't believe a +2 Sucker Punch if he's Adamant. We are going to go into Greninja. If this is like Rindo, this could be a problem. But we are Protean, so Grass Knot should be able to knock it out. If it's Rindo, It can live. But I'm okay with going for a Grass Knot here. He hasn't decided yet either, so that's good. Are we gonna knock it out? We are gonna knock it out. Okay, that's huge. Alright, cool. That is really good for us. So we get rid of that Urshifu. That is massive. Getting webs up early, too, is really, really good. So now we outspeed that Espathra. Red Drum. It's the Electros. Okay. So Electros is a little bit annoying. I feel like I can probably go into Annihilape. He could potentially knock off. How much would a knockoff do from Electros? Onto Annihilape. It does like a quarter. That would be fine with me, I think, because if it's a defensive variant, which it could be. If it's offensive and it knocks off, that's fine. That's my Chesto Berry. What do I have Scizor for again? It's a very defensive Scizor. It's mainly for Espathra, so I'm gonna go into Ape here. I kind of see it being like Volt Switch or U-turn on this turn. Flamethrower, okay. Flamethrower for the grass type, that makes sense. I kind of want to bulk up. We do get a Rage Fist boost currently. Rage Fist is currently at 100 base power. I kind of want to go straight for a Drain Punch here instead of bulking up, because this will do a decent chunk to him. I could bulk up though. No, we're gonna bulk up. We're gonna bulk up. He does swap. Lucifer. That's Gliscor? Okay. We're at +1/+1. Oh, Mirror Herb Gliscor. Okay, so Gliscor is also at +1/+1. I should have gone for a Drain Punch, but I think this is fine. What does Gliscor want to do? It could Toxic here. It could knock off. I am going to bulk up again. I want to see what he wants to go for. He goes for Taunt. Okay, so that's fair. We aren't going to get another bulk up off. That's okay, though. I'm going to go for a Rage Fist. If he wants the Toxic, that's going to be a little annoying. But I'm not going to Terra just yet, because this thing does... I should have Terra'd, actually. I should have Terra'd. I might lose this guy because I didn't Terra. Man, I went and clicked too fast there. Well, he's deciding what he wants to do. Who knows? Maybe my quick little decision will pay off here. He hard swaps. This is gonna take a 100 base power Rage Fist. Lady Rara. Espathra is taking a... Oh man, this is gonna take a... This is not gonna take this very well. We just took out Espathra. My misplay worked out so well. This is the Darkrai. Okay. So Darkrai is at -1 speed right now because we do have webs up. We don't outspeed it. But how much does a Choice Specs Sludge Bomb do to me right now? Choice Specs Dark Pulse doesn't actually two-shot me, and Sludge Bomb definitely does. I am going to Drain Punch here. I'm just going to Drain Punch. Darkrai could Psychic, but I don't see it doing that. He hard swaps. I mean, Psychic would have done a good amount of damage. Lucifer. This is the Gliscor, so we're going to get some chip back off on this guy. That's good. It's a good amount of chip. I shook off the taunt, but that's okay. That did roughly 13-ish% to Gliscor. Is that a defensive Gliscor? It could be a defensive Gliscor. We do have 100 base power into Rage Fist right now. I kind of just want to go for Rage Fist. I kind of want to Terra and go for Rage Fist now. Because, well, Espathra is gone. Espathra is gone. The Azumarill is still in the back. I'm gonna Terra now, and we're gonna go for Rage Fist. We're gonna get our Terra off. He does stay in, too, so he probably goes for Taunt again. We're gonna get our Terra off, which is fine. We do see another Taunt. Okay, so we're gonna take this down to half HP. That is really, really good. Annihilape is putting in a lot of work right now. So it's at just under half HP. I don't think I want to swap yet either. I kind of just want to go for a Drain Punch. Because how does Azumarill take this? How does Azumarill take... If it's a Belly Drum Azumarill set. It doesn't take Rage Fist very well. Electros doesn't take Rage Fist very well. The only thing that can really take Rage Fist well is Darkrai, and it doesn't. It's still taking like a third. I'm gonna Rage Fist again. Goes for spikes. Okay. So that's a little annoying, but that's fine. I can deal with that. It's not gonna take Gliscor down, so we might get a second layer of spikes up. I'm just gonna keep going for Rage Fist, I think. I could just go for Drain Punch. I could feasibly go for Drain Punch. But I'm going to go for Rage Fist again because I want to get rid of this Gliscor. He does go for damage. It does a decent chunk, but we're not in range yet. I don't think of a Darkrai Sludge Bomb. Darkrai Sludge Bomb, if it is Choice Specs... if it's Choice Specs Sludge Bomb on Darkrai, you can do 55 to 65. We might be in that range, but we can go right into Scizor. Because Scizor is a good Darkrai check now. Scizor is a very good Darkrai check right now. Although, I don't think we take a Dark Pulse that well. No, we don't take a Dark Pulse that well. Primarina can take a Dark Pulse very well. But it doesn't take a Sludge Bomb extremely well if it's Choice Specs. The fact that he's thinking about this has me thinking I'm in the right frame of mind currently. I do still have Greninja too, who definitely outspeeds the rest of his team. Yeah, it's the Darkrai. Okay. So we're at 278. We're at 66%. So we actually live a Choice Specs Sludge Bomb. Because he's at -1, if he's modest, he still outspeeds us. But I definitely go for a Drain Punch here. Does go for Sludge Bomb. He does not KO us. He does get the poison, but Darkrai is probably going to go down on the next turn. And we get the KO. Insane. And the cool thing is, I can rest next turn. I still have my Chesto Berry. That's the Azumarill, isn't it? It is the Azumarill. Okay, so my thing with the Azumarill, if it is a Belly Drum set with Aqua Jet, Adamant +6 huge power definitely KOs me. I am at 150 Rage Fist. We two-shot it. There is no way Azumarill outspeeds me, right? If it is a max speed, if it is max speed Azumarill, it outspeeds me. I am going to Rage Fist right here. He does not outspeed. We actually, oh my gosh, that thing did so much. That Rage Fist did so, oh, that's because we took the Earthquake. We're at 200 base power. But even so, like, is that not a max? That is really odd. Okay. I'm pretty sure we just KO Electros then, right? Like, we can just do this. Yeah. Wow, Annihilape just came in and decided, you know what? We're gonna sweep today. I was very scared of this team, rightfully so. Hyper Offense is a scary team. But I think I just, honestly, the misclick kind of helped me in the end, getting rid of that Espathra so quickly. And I forgot I was actually at +1 during that whole rant. I completely forgot I was at +1 that whole time because of that early bulk up. I never swapped out of it. I never had the need to. GG's to Incog. Taunt Gliscor, definitely very solid bring. I really wonder if you were choice specs on that Darkrai. It seemed like you could have been. That I was just barely out of range of that. Honestly, very scary team. I really hope we fight again because I need to make some changes because that team is insanely scary to try to prep for. I think I got lucky in this matchup for sure. GG's to Incog. Go ahead and check out his channel down in the description. And check out the other PDL, Orange Islands teams and coaches down in the description as well. Go ahead and check them all out. They're great people, great coaches. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you back for week 5. So I'll see you next week. Peace.